Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the show that never ends. As 𝗏𝗏 has already stated, this is the show that never ends. That's right. You're going to be watching a live mixing session with none other than yours truly, Robert McClellan from Cakewalk by BandLab, who is getting ready to be jacked up on coffee and already has more energy than he ever has before because he's on day shift now, and I'm loving it. That was not a shameless plug to McDonald's either. All right, let's go ahead and dive into this. If you are new here, this channel exists to simplify the complexities of the home studio and to help you make professional-sounding music in a less than professional space. We can dream alone, we can create alone, but as we're going to see here today, we can achieve so much more together. Before we get into the mixing session, however, I want to give a huge shout-out to these individuals. These are the folks that help to keep the lights on here, so to speak. They have either donated through the generosity of the Super Chat feature, which is found in your chat bar at the lower left-hand section, or right-hand, or wherever it's at when you're watching this. You can kick me down a little cash flow to get an answer to a question if you'd like, as we're doing this mixing session. Either way, I usually try to answer the questions, even if you don't choose to use the Super Chat feature, but it's always appreciated, as time is money. Now, the individuals that you'll see here on the left-hand side, they have a Patreon logo or they have the YouTube logo. These are individuals who have went the extra mile. They're donating a monthly amount to help the channel keep going and to sponsor giveaways, course giveaways, you name it. These guys are helping to keep it going. Thank you all so much. And it looks like we have two of them here in the chat. 𝗏𝗏, good to have you. And, of course, a staple in the community here, as of here lately, who has helped tremendously in more ways than he'll ever know, Mob the Gamer. All right. Now, let's go ahead and talk about what exactly is it that we're going to be doing today. Well, if you're new here and you're kind of wondering what's the live mixing session about, this is stuff that we do here every single week. We have some sort of a live tutorial, whether that's mixing. We did one on EQ. Sometimes we have live interviews with individuals who are in the industry that I feel like can bring some value to the audience. It's never been about just me. So I'm always trying to bring on people I feel like that can accentuate areas where I might be lacking and can help you as individuals to make better music. Now, what we are going to be watching today is a live mix session from someone who won the HSS Song Contest. And if you didn't know, HSS stands for Home Studio Simplified. I know, we abbreviate everything these days, right? GTG, BRB, you name it. We're abbreviating everything. However, this mixing session will not be abbreviated unless, of course, it becomes too much for me to tackle and we have to take it on to a session 2, which sometimes does happen. But either way, you're going to learn a lot from it. Feel free to ask questions while you're in the chat here, and I'll try to answer those on the fly. That way, you get to kind of get some reciprocal feedback as we're doing this. That's one thing I love about these live tutorials like this. Now, if you're interested in the HSS Song Contest, that takes place every single month. It's already started this month. The deadline for that is going to be by the end of the month. I believe I've chosen the 25th or somewhere around there. It's close to the last week, usually, of the month. And so you submit a song, an original song, preferably, one that is not released. If it is released, you'll need to whitelist that. But then those songs will all get played. We'll all listen to them here together. We'll give some honest critique and feedback on those, on ways to improve that mix and or master, or even some production elements. We've always talked about that here too. So let's go ahead and start diving into what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be mixing the HSS Song Contest winner for June. And that was 𝗏𝗏. So congratulations once again, 𝗏𝗏, on your song, Take It Back. And it looks like Mike Malaguise is in the chat. Good to have you, buddy. Hope I didn't butcher your name just now. But he actually sent me an email earlier, and I told him I'd be going live, and he showed up to ask. So very cool. So we're going to go ahead and get to that question because I don't want to let that go by the wayside, especially if I told him that we would be here to answer that question. So he's asking the question. And let me see if I can put that up on the screen here. Hold on. It might be a little bit wordy for, yeah, it's going to get cut off just a bit, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and try and, I'm not sure if there's a way I can fix that either. No. But either way, you guys should be able to see at least most of this question here on the screen, so you don't have to look into the chat. But it says, hey, Rob, I emailed you earlier about backing up my channel, my Cakewalk files. What are your thoughts and recommendations? Also, other than Cakewalk files, is there anything else you would back up VST plugins? Okay, great question. Let's tackle the beginning of this question first, because I think that's going to kind of answer the rest of it. So as far as backing up your Cakewalk files, like if you're going to go to a new computer or you're reinstalling Windows like I've done here recently, one thing that you'll want to do is obviously you create a backup files folder and you name that backup files. That way you have a good representation of what that folder looks like. Once you get to that point, what you're going to do is you're going to go into, let me see if I can bring up my Okay, so within Cakewalk, and kind of get this out of the way here, within Cakewalk, what you're going to find is under the Preferences menu, which you can see here, there is actually a way to look at your folder locations. So if you go to this screen here, let me make sure that you can see that. Yeah, you can. So if you go to this screen here, you'll see that there's an area here on the screen where it shows you where all of your project files are. And all you literally can do is just copy and paste this into your browser, your search browser or wherever it might be, and you can find out exactly where all of your templates, your track templates, blah, 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 blah. And it's usually all close to the same place. Now, as far as the plugin layouts and stuff like that, that's really up to you. A lot of that does tend to migrate with it, I have noticed. So the main thing that you want to worry about is your project files and any templates that you might have created. And it looks like on my computer, that's on my C drive under Cakewalk projects. So really there's only two folders that you need to worry about. Cakewalk projects under C, and then obviously Cakewalk content, because as you can see in the Cakewalk content folder, everything here, track templates, project templates, icons, cal scripts, which ain't going to matter here soon because cal scripts are going away, audio libraries, all of that is going to be migrated with that. Likewise, your playlists, on and on it goes, StudioWare, drum maps, all of that actually goes with the Cakewalk content folder. So the main two folders you want to worry about is the Cakewalk projects and the Cakewalk folder named Cakewalk content. So if I was to pull up my computer here real quickly, and I go into my C drive, you can see right here on the top is Cakewalk content and Cakewalk projects. Within the content is going to be all of the stuff that makes Cakewalk work, all of your plugins, everything. Okay, that's the folder you want to copy, and the projects folder. This is going to be all of your music. Now, if you've done this correctly, you've not changed anything or done any like crazy trying to put audio files and over here and one over here, and you've got it all pretty much, you know, segregated is not the word I'm looking for. You've got it all consolidated. Boom, there it is. You've got it all consolidated to this one folder here. That should actually come with a folder that is titled audio as well. And sometimes it comes up audio data. But you'll see in the audio folder, that's going to be all the audio that's attached to every one of your projects. So if you move this one folder here and this folder, so two folders total, you should be good. Now, as far as your plugins are concerned, let's move on to that now. So as far as the plugins are concerned, VST plugins and all of that, a lot of, at least nowadays, I should say, a lot of plugin distributors, a lot of plugin companies have a way for you to actually go back and re-download anything that you might have got in the past. So one thing that I would definitely recommend that you do, especially if you have a large amount of plugins, is find out where those plugins are from, go back to the websites, create new passwords for them, and then create a notepad that shows you where all of those websites are. Literally copy and paste the link into the notepad, and then give yourself your username and your password right underneath that. And copy that and put that in that folder as well. So that anytime you go and you have to update or reinstall anything like that, not only do you have the folders that you need, but now you have access to all of the plugins and your username and passwords, you're going to save yourself a ton of time. You can go and re-download all of those. Now, if for whatever reason that website does not have like an installer, like 𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗶 has the 𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗶 installer, several different companies, Melda Audio, iLok, for instance, for most of the plugins. If for some reason, though, it's like a third-party plugin that's maybe like a spin-off of something and it does not have one of those kind of installer things, doogies, what you can do with that is just literally copy and paste the VST into a folder called VST files or something like that into that as well. And if you want to get technical and you're scared of losing anything, I would just go ahead and find your VST folder and just move that into that backup as well. I mean, it couldn't hurt anything. It's not really going to take up too much space. Most VST effects, even if they're VST3 effects, do not take up a lot of space. So, all right. So Mike says, I got it. I'm going through all my songs currently and saving them all individually as a bundle. Do I even need to do that? Or could I just back up the project files like you said? You're more than welcome to just back up the project files. Now, you can save them as a bundle if you want to pull up that project exactly as how you left it off from that bundled state. However, bundles are, in my opinion, are more for like what we're going to see here today. For instance, this here was a bundle file that was sent to me because he uses Cakewalk. 𝗏𝗀𝗃 uses Cakewalk. I'm going to actually get to see exactly everything on his end that he's done. So because he's sent me the bundle file, I'm seeing everything that he's done on his project. He's not just sending me multi-tracks. He's not just sending me a stem from a bus, but he's literally sending me something that's straight out of his project. And awesome. He's actually done the homework here of taking his VST instruments, VSTIs, and freezing them. So that's brings up another good point, by the way. With a bundle file, if you have plugins that you're using that you're not sure if the other person has, and they're still using Cakewalk, you can freeze those files, and whenever you send them, that effect gets baked into that file until they unfreeze it. Now, if they unfreeze it, they can't get back to that plugin, but essentially it allows them to use that plugin on their end. But like I said, after it's unfrozen, no more. No mas. Okay, so hope that answers your questions. If you have any more, go ahead and leave them in the chat, and we'll try to get to those. This looks like a well-organized session here. I like this. Good deal. Nothing wrong with organization. Everything's color-coded. Gotta love that. And I love the fact that everything is broke down into sections. As far as, like, here's all the vocals. Here's the guitar and bass. Love it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move the vocals up top, though. That's just something I do. So, and for some reason, those went right down to the bottom. That's strange. There they go. Must have had too much stuff open. So normally this is how I would do it. Vocals, guitars, keys, drums. That looks like it makes more sense to me. All right. And once again, because it's a bundle file, 𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗶. Hey, what is up, buddy? Good to have you here as a first timer, or at least someone who's commented for the first time. So what you're seeing here on the screen, this is exactly how, at the same state that he's left it, which is super cool. And you can see all of these plugins that are highlighted are plugins that I actually own, so I don't have to worry about not having them. Super cool. But this is why I love using bundle files. If you're working with someone who's working on Cakewalk, this is awesome. Not only do you get to get the access to the files, but then you get to actually see their creative vision, like where are they going with this. This is going to actually help me going into this mix to get it to a better state, I believe. Okay. Mob, no, not so much. We're just kind of answering questions here before we dive into this mix. Ed asked another question. He says, follow up to Mike's question. I am migrating my files to another computer, reinstalling Cakewalk, and reinstalling all of my VSTs and VST settings in each project. Oh, are the VST settings in each project also retained? Yes. So long as the VST is still there, so long as that plugin is still there, any settings or changes that you've made on that plugin within that project will pop up. They'll be there. Okay, so it looks like there is one plugin here. It's saying that I don't have, but I do. That's weird. And I think it's because it was just bypassed. Okay, good deal. Awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to start diving into this. And there's not going to be a lot of stop and go and answering questions at this point, unless I see something, you know, detrimental that needs answered. But if you want to make sure, absolutely positively sure that your answer comes, your question gets answered. I can't even formulate sentences right now. Go ahead and use the super chat feature. That pops that up to the top of the chat and forces me to see it. So, and that's not just a shameless promotion to try to get money, because if any of you have joined the Patreon, you know exactly how much I make, and it's nothing. So this is a labor of love, folks. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just play the session real quick just to kind of see where he's got it first. Okay, wow. So because, yet again, because this was all done in Cakewalk and everything is impeccably categorized here, this is not going to be too hard at all. I think we'll get through the whole mix in one session here. Before I say that, though, I might want to backpedal here in a minute. We'll see, though. So it looks like we currently have 19 concurrent viewers. Thank you all so much for showing up. My hope is that you learned something today. We only have 8 likes, however. You can't learn nothing without likes. I'm just kidding. Go ahead and give this video a like if this is something that you'd like to see more of. Okay. Now, thank you, Ed. I greatly appreciate that. You're awesome. So let's go ahead and let's start with sort of my 15-step mixing process. A lot of the hard work has already been done. It looked like he's done a lot of the stuff that I would probably have done already. As far as creating sins and whatnot. Let me see where his... Yep, he's got 2 different reverbs. That's cool. I'm going to go ahead and insert... a 3rd reverb. And I'll just call it 3. Just to kind of keep with the theme here. Okay. And I put 2 in front of 3. There we go. Okay. So just to kind of make these more visible here, I'll change the colors up just a tad bit. All right. And it looks like he's using the Sonitus reverb. I want to see what his pre-delay and decay times are. So 1.9 seconds. Wow, that's a huge reverb. Curious, the song is in 94 BPMs. Okay, that's good to know. We're going to take that 94 BPMs and we're going to bring that over here to my website. And we're going to go to the reverb and delay calculator. I don't want to sign up for free stuff, Robert. Come on, man. Like anybody wants free stuff these days. Okay, the quarter note duration at 94 BPMs is going to be 638.3 milliseconds. That's good to know. Why is that good to know? Because reverb is a time-based effect, and so we want to make sure that it's in time with the rest of the project. So I'm going to pull up that reverb once again. Oh, That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Evidently, I closed out the console view. Oh, there it is. It popped up. Okay, so 639. We'll just say 640. Okay, so that will be. Gonna put that at 100. Everything else here I think is okay. As far as room size, yeah, that's fine. Okay. And this is a completely wet reverb. That's good. Okay, so this is going to be my short reverb. Looks as if he's using 𝗶𝘍 on this one, which is a very cool reverb that used to be included with Cakewalk. The pre-delay time. Okay, so yeah, this is quite a large delay here. This will be my medium reverb. And then I'm just going to copy 𝗶𝘍 over to this third reverb. Copy over these EQ plots here. Make things quick. Okay. And that will be double the time. Good deal. Okay, so rather than going about this any differently than I normally do, I am going to select all of the tracks and bottom out all of the faders. I'm going to go ahead and leave the painting as he has it because that's how he wanted it. I may not touch that unless I absolutely have to, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to highlight something here in the project, and it looks like that takes up the entirety of the project, so that's good. Hold the Shift button and press L. By doing this, you'll see a small gold bar that appears just up at the top right here. This allows me to loop that entire section that I've just created. I think 𝗶𝘍 still ships with Cakewalk. Sweet. Yeah, I thought it went away. That's cool though, if we still have it. All right, let's go ahead and we'll start hitting the play button. And what I'm going to do is I always start with the drums first, as I feel like that's
Why have you rejected us?
Okay, I just bottomed out all the faders. That shouldn't have happened unless we have some things that are set up differently here.
Why have you rejected us? Passing all the blame.
Oh, it looks like the...
Why does your anger...
that's why. They have automation on them. Okay, so what I'll do is... take the read automation off. There we go. That automation might be something that I have to fix later, but we shall see. Okay, this is saying that's the T309 kick. Yeah, I think he's using that for the attack. Not a bad idea. Okay. Sounds like a totally different song when you're just bringing up elements like this. Hey, Dare. Good to have you, buddy. Oh, that's what was throwing me off. The master is usually my first one. There we go. That's weird because it says it's being sent here, but I don't hear it. Very strange. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these sends because I'm going to probably do something on my own anyway here. And I'm going to go ahead and do that here as well. Okay. These definitely do need some reverb. But let me see if this picks up. Oh, you know, I wonder if that's not doing that because it's frozen. No, there it is. It's weird. Nice. I should give it a little bit more depth there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn on this. So I'm not mistaken, this is the song that 𝗪𝗀𝗃 said that he had got a little bit of inspiration from. The I Can Feel It Coming in the Air Tonight. I'm going to go ahead and throw some spiff on this bad boy. Okay. Add a little bit of punch there. Okay, that's a bit much. All right, now I'm just beefing up the kick a little bit here. Adding a little boost here at 65 hertz, cutting a little at 400. Yes, I have seen that. And I'm already foaming at the mouth to get a hold of it. So now I'm going to open up the Pro channel on all of these, because what I've noticed is, yeah, see, I'm going to remove this tube module from all of the Pro channels, because I usually just use that on one, like on a bus, I should say. Well, I'm going to go ahead and remove the compressor from all of those. That'll save more CPU usage. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on the console. Already I can hear a difference just from that console being there. Okay. Now I can go ahead and close these back down. Go back to just working on my drums again. That way I don't have all that extraneous stuff going on. Micah, good to have you in the chat, buddy. Okay, let's close all these down. Okay. All right, already that's getting better. Good deal. Hey, thank you, 𝗨𝗨 for subscribing. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of top end to this. Not much. There we go. Hey, Charlie. Good to have a first timer here. Okay. With these pads, I'm definitely going to add some reverb on them. I want to make sure I don't overdo it here. Okay, so on this little stab pad here, I'm calling it, I don't know what it's called, but that's what I'm calling it. On that stab pad right there, I'm going to add the pan all the way to the left, and the instrument itself, on the track itself, is going to be panned to the right. Nice. Okay. Looks like he was throwing a delay on there. For whatever reason or another, the delay is not working. Oh yeah, it is. Just couldn't hear it. So I'm going to turn the level up on that just a tad bit. And boost the fundamental of the space here. Take out a little of the woofiness here in the 500 hertz range. Go to about 1800 hertz and boost it for some little high-end sheen. Add that. Throw my limiter on there that I always do. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, hey, so glad to have you. Just came on as an intern. Thank you so much, buddy. Greatly appreciate that. Good deal. Yet again, gotta love these CA2As here. Bringing this up here. I noticed that he's just using this here, the synth, to sort of accentuate it at certain times, which is kind of cool. Yep, there it is. Very cool. Okay, so as you can hear now, yeah. Okay, using that CA2A there just got that a little bit closer to where I felt like it needed to be. Nice. Putting that reverb on there just brought that guitar to life. Good deal. I want you to see these real quick. Nice. Nice. Good deal. Okay, so let's go over here. I'm checking out his drums bus real quick. Very cool. I like how it just goes back into that. I'm going to raise those drums up just a bit. I know. That's what I was just thinking, Mob. I want to see what's on this. Ah, nothing. Good deal. I'm going to bring up the 1200 kilohertz just a tad bit. Bring out a little bit more snap of the snare. And then I'm going to throw the old tape emulator on here. The great thing about tape emulation, it allows you to sort of take that top end sheen and round it off a bit, and it gives the low end a little more thump. Like a rounder thump though, not a pokey thump. If that makes any sense. Give that a little bit of saturation there. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and open up all the Pro channels at once here. think I accidentally took that off. There we go. Okay. I'm hearing everything pretty clear, pretty well defined. Everything so far so good. Balanced out pretty well. Okay. Keith Lane, good to see you, buddy. All right, let's go ahead and start working with some of these vocals. Everything else is sounding pretty good. I'm actually pretty impressed with how quickly it's coming together. As far as the balance of everything and the arrangement has really helped to, obviously, and he's done a lot of the heavy lifting. There's a reason why he won in the contest. It wasn't just because he has the best song, but it was because I felt like it was something that we all could learn from, as well as has a really good song. So, but one of the reasons why he won is because immediately oh, Elizabeth, thank you so much for subscribing. Sometimes that scares me whenever I hear that. But yeah, so he did a really good job on the arrangement and everything like that. That's what really jumped out to me whenever I chose this song. I'm going to turn up these explosions a little bit because they seem like they was getting buried. So I'm just kind of winging it on volume levels right now, and I'll adjust them as I go. Now, normally, if you ever watched my channel before, you know that I have a 15-step mixing process, which is free on my website. You can go and download today, that I normally follow every single time. I didn't have to on this one. He pretty much had all the heavy lifting done. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll just keep going.
Why does your anger burn slowly with no flame? I remember we were the ones long ago, in your arms, in your home, smashed and shattered like a bomb went boom. It felt the end was coming soon. Shouting they had victory, taking what they found.
Chill Walker, what is that, buddy?
The forest burning it was long ago. In your name, in your home, smashed and shattered.
Okay. He actually reached out to me and said it is okay if I solo the vocals. So I'd like to ask, or at least, like for them to tell me beforehand, because sometimes, you're bearing your soul whenever you're soloing vocals. So check this out. This is before.
Why have you rejected us?
After.
Passing all the blame.
That sounds like a totally different vocal. It sounds great. And what you can see here is I just made some minor changes. It looks bigger on your screen, I assure you. But these are only at the most 3 dB cuts. And I have a 3.5 dB boost. But what I did is I found some regions that had some honkiness, and then there's another region that had a little bit of woofy muddiness. And once removed those and then just boosted that top end, the vocal sounds incredibly better already.
Why have you rejected us?
Before.
Passing all the blame.
And after.
Why does your anger burn?
Just sounds more clear and more concise. You can actually make out the intelligibility of the words again. So let's go ahead, and I love to put a 𝗂𝗂𝗂 on the vocals as well. Basically anything that I don't want to have to automate later. I mean, yes, I still do automation, but if I can get, 75% of the way there using a limiter, and I can get one that's pretty transparent, and the 𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂 is very transparent, which comes stock with Cakewalk by BandLab now. Thank you, Cakewalk.
Why have you rejected
Okay, that's too much.
us? Passing all the blame. Why does your anger burn slowly with no flame?
I think that might be about
I
right.
remember we were the ones long
All this is doing is just helping to
ago.
maintain those dynamics.
In your arms, in your home, smashed and shattered like a bomb when boom. It felt the end was coming soon. Shouting they had victory, taking what they found, cutting through the forest, burning buildings to the ground. They laid waste to all that was long ago. In your name, in your home, smashed and shattered like a gun went bang.
Yeah, it's hard to tell when they're going to update, what they're going to update, and how they're going to update, because they haven't done a really good job of publicizing things. They have a lot of it on the forum. Not a lot of people are on the forum. A lot of people don't want to go to the forum simply because it's kind of clunky. Hopefully they're going to fix that.
Why have you rejected us? Passing all the blame. Why does your anger burn slowly with no
That should help to bring that vocal a little bit forward there.
I remember we were the ones long ago. In your arms, in your home, smashed
Cookie.
and shattered like a bomb when boom. It felt the end was coming soon. Shouting they had
What's up, John?
victory,
Just put a cookie in my mouth, otherwise I'm...
taking what they found, cutting through the forest, burning buildings to the ground. They laid waste to all that was long ago.
I love that. So while you're playing the mix, if you stop it, it'll let you hear what the reverb tail of the entire mix is. As you can hear when I stop that mix, there's a little bit of a And it was in time. Check this. Nice. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and... This looks like a doubled vocal. For whatever reason he had this on here, it might have just been a doubled vocal. I'm going to go ahead and take it a step farther, though. And I'm going to throw little 𝗟𝗏𝗍𝗀 on here. Excellent plug-in, by the way, by Sound Toys. And I love the rich fifths.
Why have you rejected us? Passing all the
I'm going to overdo it.
Why does your anger burn slowly with no flame?
Bring that down.
I remember we were the ones long ago in your arms, in your home, smashed and shattered
Without
like a bomb
and with.
It felt the end was coming.
Okay, let's hear that soloed, because it's very subtle, but check this out. So this is without the effect.
Why have you rejected us?
And with.
Passing all the blame.
Just gives a little bit more low-end girth to the vocal there, which is essentially what you want to do when you're doubling up a vocal anyway. I did notice, however, yeah, these vocals are a mono signal, and it looks like they're interleaved into stereo. So I'm going to go ahead and bring those down to mono.
Why have you rejected us? Passing all the blame.
Okay, so I'm noticing a little bit, not too much, but just a little bit of sibilance on that lead vocal there. And I very well could use the Bluetooth's de-esser or the VX64 vocal strip. However, I'm going to use Soothe 2 because I have it and I love it. And it's very, very, very transparent. Okay, I'm just going to go straight for vocals and DS, and that's that. All right, let's check it.
Why have you rejected us? Passing all the blame. Why does your anger burn slowly with no flame?
Beautiful. Took it out.
I remember we were the ones long ago in your arms, in your home, smashed and shattered like a bomb went boom.
Okay, that layered vocal is just a bit much. It's still, I want to be able to hear, I want to be able to feel it, not hear it.
Why have you rejected us?
That's better.
Passing all the blame. Why does your anger burn slowly with no flame? I remember we were the ones long ago in your arms, in your home, smashed and shattered like a bomb went boom. It felt the end was coming soon. Shouting they had victory, taking what they found, cutting through the forest, burning buildings to the ground. They laid waste to all that was long ago. In your name, in your home, smashed and shattered like a gun went bang. They said, let's destroy everything. The day and night, take it back. The sun, the moon, the starlight, too. The day and night, take
Awesome. I'm definitely agreeing with Mob the Gamer here. He said earlier that he felt like the drums needed a little more punch. So I've added a little bit of Bark of Dog to help that, which is a free plugin, by the way, by Boz Digital Labs. You can go and download that. It used to be included with Cakewalk by BandLab, or Cakewalk Sonar, but they did away with it whenever it became BandLab. However, with that being said, you can still go and get it free from Boz Digital Labs. All right, I'm going to set up a little parallel compression. I'll just use the Sonatus FX compressor. I'm going to set this attack very, very low, the release very low. Turn that limiter off, crush it, bring the ratio up pretty high. And then I'm going to send this to the side chain of what is now called bus D. I'm going to change that to SC for sidechain.
Why have you rejected us? Passing all the blame. Why does your anger burn slowly with no flame? I remember we were the ones long ago.
I'm going to blend this in here. Dur has a great question. He says, how often or how long can you hear the same song again and again? I usually have enough of my recordings after listening for 1 hour. I have to step aside. Actually, it's good. It's a good practice to actually take a break every once in a while anyway. It's just something that I think after a while, of doing this, you realize, okay, you finally reach that point of, all right, my ears are fatigued. I need to go lay down. Take a break for a minute. Okay, so here's the drums as they stand now. Of course, this is not in context with the mix, but I'm just going to show you this so that you can see as I'm blending in this track here. Hey, Will Smith, good to have you, buddy. From San Bernardino, California. I want to show you this now as I blend this in. You hear how much punchier that just got, but I didn't really do anything crazy to it. Now in context with the mix, that should come into it now.
With no signs to guide the way.
Much better.
Who knows when this ceases? Why does your silence not break? We fall to pieces. I remember your promises long ago. In your arms, in your home, smashed and shattered like the earth went crack. We knew the world it would come back. That day and night, take it back. The sun, the moon, the starlight, too. That day and
Much better.
night, take it back. Rivers, oceans, all to you. Take it back. 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 That day and night, take it back. The sun, the moon, the starlight, too. That day and night, take it back. Rivers, oceans, all to you.
Beautiful.
That day and night, take it back. The sun, the moon, the starlight, too.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do on these background vocals.
That day and night,
I'm going to go ahead and move this same EQ move here. But the difference is
why does your anger burn slowly?
I'm going to move all these to 3,000 kilohertz and dip it out.
I remember we were the ones long ago.
That's going to leave room for the lead vocal. And then I can actually bring them up a little more.
Smashed and shattered like a bomb went boom. It felt the end was coming soon. Shouting they had victory, taking what they found, cutting through the forest, burning buildings to the ground.
All right, here we go.
They laid waste to all that was long ago. In your name, in your home, smashed and shattered.
Okay, so this would be a great learning session right here. So what 𝗏𝗶𝗍𝗁 is saying is that the kick he feels is getting sunk down into the mix a little bit. Now, the way that we're going to fix this is we're going to just use some sidechain compression. So we will turn the bass down every single time that kick hits. And what that should do, in theory, is allow that bass to come back through a little bit better. So let's go ahead and start that now.
Why have you rejected us? Passing all the blame. Why does your anger burn slowly with no flame? I remember we were the ones long ago. In your arms, in your home, smashed and shattered like a bomb went boom. It felt the end was coming soon. Shouting they had victory.
Okay, so in order to get this bass to do this, though, I'm going to have to render it because it's actually a frozen clip right now. Do 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 do. Boom ba doom doom doo doo. And it looks like it's not going to let me render. I thought you could just render it like that. It should say bounce the clip and then boom, it'd be done. Okay. There is another option for this though. Duplicate the track. Okay. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Delete the track, sorry. Let's just go ahead and create a simple audio track here. Look at that. And if you hold Control and Shift, it's going to drag that down in time as well. So theoretically, yep, that's what I'm talking about. And I'll probably have to do that with this here as well. So let's go ahead and duplicate this track. And bring this up here. Okay. Copy this. Paste it there. Copy this. Paste that there. This is the not so cool stuff. that you hardly ever get to see during mix sessions, but that does happen. All right, so I want to listen to the original VST first before I go ahead and delete it. Okay, that's the original. Here's the copy. Okay, it's a little bit louder. Of course, it's not at the right volume. Okay, now after I put the effects on there, theoretically, it should be the exact same thing. So I can go ahead and delete these two synth tracks. But before I do, let's go up to Mix Recall and save this scene as before bass delete. Now, if anything happens, I can just recall that and they'll be back. Boom. Delete them bad boys. Oh, you know what? I can hit Control Z. I want them back for now because I got to remove, or I got to move the plugins over to them. Okay. Got a little bit ahead of myself there. Okay, so let's go ahead and move the EQ plots. Good deal. Remove the module. Da, 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 da. Make sure this is on. Okay, now, essentially what I'm done, they should be the same thing. And I don't think there's a way to move this over here, unfortunately. It looks like it wants to, but then it don't let you. It's like it tries. That's fine though. Okay. Now, once we get these settings set just like we had them. Okay, so limit. I always like this on the flat setting. That's close enough. This one right here is just a little bit. 44.5. Hold my shift button. That will allow me to make fine-tune adjustments. 44.4 sounds great. This one is at 45.5. 45.4. Great. All right, so that one's pretty close. 43. Great. And that one's right there is at 50. Okay. Now I can delete these two tracks. Let me close that again. Delete these two tracks. Yes. Now we can do that. Okay. So now I should have the same sound.
Why have you rejected
A little bit louder.
passing all the blame? Why does your anger burn slowly with no flame? I remember we were the ones long.
Okay, so now I can go back to where we were at before. Insert the sidechain compression on here. I'm going to set that pretty high. Set that here. Yet again, quick attack, quick release. Turn the limiter off. Bring our console view back up. Okay. Go over here to the kick drum. Insert sidechain to bass. Oh yeah, I forgot the CA2A has a sidechain. So I don't want to do that. I want to insert it on the bass. Where's it at? Sonotest compressor, side input bass. There we go. Okay. Now let's make this bad boy bigger. That's what's throwing me off. The bass is supposed to be purple people. Purple people eater. Hey, tall someone. Now I should be able to see this move when that kick happens.
Why have you rejected
Good deal.
Passing all the blame. Why does your
And just like that, you can hear the kick.
burn slowly with no flame? I remember we were the ones long ago in your arms, in your home, smashed and shattered like a bomb went boom. It felt the end was coming soon. Shouting they had victory.
There it is.
Taking what they found. Cutting through the
There you have a good time, man. Enjoy your sleep.
They laid waste to all that was long ago. In your name, in your home, smashed and shattered like a gun went bang. They said, let's destroy everything. The day and night take it back. The sun, the moon, the stars.
Okay. Looks like I got to give the DAW time to catch up here.
Why have you rejected us? Passing
Gotta love that purple.
all the blame. Why does your anger burn slowly with no flame? I remember we were the ones long ago in your arms. I remember.
There's that nice little tail at the end. Okay, looks like we're definitely coming along. Not something that I would be confident with sending off just yet and saying, yes, it's done. But it's definitely come a lot farther than what I thought it would in such a short amount of time. So that's very cool. I'm going to go ahead and I'm hearing something on that, that little reverse reverb thing there. And I'm hearing a delay. I'm going to go ahead and slap a tube delay on there because I want to hear that kind of, for lack of a better word. I just, if that even made sense to any of you.
I remember.
Let me go back to this here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and loop that section because I want to hear that. A little bit too much there. Let's actually go way. There we go. Now, the way that I'm finding that is if you remember, we did our calculation earlier, and it was around 636, 639, somewhere around there. So I'm just going to I'm going to go with this 631 or 649 rather. That should be close enough to where it won't be crazy. Turn that bass down, turn the treble up a little. Turn that treble down. Okay. Let's take that out of solo now.
The ones long ago, no flame. I remember we were the ones long ago, no flame. I remember we were the ones.
It's cool, but at the same time, it detracts from actually getting to hear the reverse part of that. So, not too fond of it. Let me take it down to about midpoint here and see if that doesn't clean it up.
The ones long ago, no flame. I remember we were the ones long ago, no flame. I remember we were the ones long ago, no flame. I remember we were the ones.
All right, I know what I'll do. I liked it before.
The ones long ago, no flame. I remember we were the.
Okay, I like it, but I don't like the other part of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and create a duplicate of this track right underneath it. And I'll call this Robert's Vox Delay. I think I spelled delay. I couldn't see. No, I spelled delat. Whatever. Anywho. And then I can go back up here and I'll take the tube delay off of that one. And then I can blend this one in. Or actually, better yet, I might just do some automation on the volume. And we'll just have it come in here at the last half so that you actually catch that intelligibility of the reverse reverb at the beginning.
The ones long ago, no flame. I remember we were the ones.
Nice. That was perfect. Couldn't have came together any better. Let's go ahead and take a listen to that one more time here.
With no flame. I remember we were the ones long ago.
Nice. Okay. Now I got to do a little bit more here. It's just super simple. You just find the peak here. Oh, that's why. So yeah, you just find the peak that it comes in at, which is about right here. That's where I want it to stay, and just bring down everything before it. Super cool. Coming in here, same thing here. This one could be tricky because it's a little bit longer, so I'm going to have to listen to this one first. But I'm assuming it's going to be about right there.
With no signs to guide the way.
Yeah, I see that one kind of muddies it up a bit.
With no signs to guide the way. Who knows when this season
That's better.
ends? Why does your silence not break? We fall to pieces. I remember your promises long ago. In your arms, in your
right here, I'm going to actually remove that.
Take it back. 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 By day and night, take it back. Back. Take it back. By day and night, take it
Let that last one trail off there.
the moon, the starlight, too. By day and night, take it back. Rivers, oceans, all to you. By day and night, take it back. The sun, the moon, the starlight, too. By day and night, take it back. Rivers, oceans, all to you.
Okay, add that delay on the way out there to kind of close out the track. I'm happier with the way that sounds now. It's kind of what I was hearing in my head. So hope you don't mind me doing that, 𝗪𝗀𝗃. If you do, I can always remove that. All right. So yeah, like I said, I think this one last thing is on these vocals right here. I was hearing,
Day and night, take it back. The sun, the moon, the starlight, too. By day and night, take it back. Rivers, oceans, all to you.
that was it. So I was hearing this harmony here coming in at certain points, and I was like, where's that coming from? So it's right here. But I wasn't really hearing it. I'm going to go ahead and put that, copy the little 𝗠𝗏 settings onto this as well.
Day and night, take it back. The sun, the moon, the starlight, too.
I think it's too much.
By day and night, take it back. Rivers, oceans, all to you.
Yep, that's too much. You got to know when enough is enough, and that was definitely enough. All right, so yet again, like I said, this is probably not at the point right now. I'm going to have to take a break from it, come back later after I have a chance for my, like we've already spoke of in the step in the chat. That way I've got time to kind of come back and listen to it with some fresh ears. But it's very close to what I would consider to be done. I'm going to go ahead and bypass all of the effects, kind of see where it started.
Why have you rejected us? Passing all the
Major difference.
blame.
Okay, versus this here.
Why have you
Oops. Versus this here. There we go.
Why have you rejected us? Passing all the blame. Why does your anger burn slowly with no flame? I remember we were the ones long ago in your arms, in your home.
Hey, Jürgen. Good to have you here, buddy. So, Keith is asking for coffee cam. Let's switch to the coffee cam real quick. Okay. All right. Now, Keith, if you would have been here earlier, you would have seen the coffee cam. It's not my fault that you were late, even though I never actually announced this. All right, guys. Well, we've got a lot farther than what I thought we would. I greatly appreciate everyone hanging out here today and hopping on. If you have any more questions, let's go ahead and take some more questions before we hop out of here, about the mix, about Cakewalk in general, anything audio related. Go ahead and ask those in the chat now. Let's see what comes up. Looks like we have 18 concurrent viewers and cookies. Oh, good. Okay, I'm going to assume that everyone has asked their questions already during the mix. Good deal. I need to brush up on my timing, he says. Okay, cool. It looks like to me then we've got the biggest part of all this tackled today. Like I said, I'll come back with some fresh ears before I send this back off to 𝗪𝗀. But I think it's not necessarily better. It's just different. Like most of the time when I do these live mix sessions, I always, leave that caveat because everyone's tastes are different. Mixing itself is subjective. It's just like anything else in life. It's very subjective. One person's punchy is another person's fat. One person's thin is another person's sheen. You just got to. So I'm not saying that my mix is better. And this isn't about getting on here and showing off how great of a mix engineer I am. What it is about, though, is just showing you the process so that you can learn something from it. And you're going to take something from this and you're going to apply that to your own mixes. And it's going to sound 100% different. And that's fine. That's what the subjectivity is all about. But with that being said, I think it's actually come a lot farther, in my personal opinion, on a sonic spectrum of where it should be. The vocals especially, I think just cleaning those vocals up and opening up the instrumentation, making it a little bit wider, I think that helped tremendously. But yeah, honestly, I think if there's anything else that I could do to this, actually, let's just let's hop back over to the main screen here because I'm going to show you something. Okay, so here's where we're at.
Why have you rejected us? Passing all the blame.
Check this out.
Why does your anger burn slowly?
Watch this get real cool here.
With no flame. I remember we were the ones long ago in your arms, in your home, smashed and shattered.
Thank you, 𝗁𝗂.
Like a bomb went boom. It felt the end was coming soon. Shouting they had victory, taking what they found, cutting through the forest, burning buildings to the ground. They laid waste to all that was long ago.
All right.
In your name, in your home, smashed and shattered.
Last but not least, here we go.
Let's destroy everything. The day and night, take it back. The sun, the moon, the starlight, too. The day and night, take it back. Rivers, oceans, all to you. With no signs to guide the way. Who knows when this ceases? Why does your silence not break? We fall to pieces. I remember your promises long ago in your arms.
Okay, there's a real quick master job. Definitely not by any means the definitive master, but at least you got to hear kind of what would it hear like up to industry standards. All right. So yet again, like I was getting ready to say, I'll come back to this with a fresh set of ears, give this another go over before I send this off to 𝗏𝗀𝗃, but I believe it's come a lot farther than what it was, in my personal opinion. Now, let's head on over to some shout outs. These are some awesome individuals who have either subscribed to the channel, actually very recently, or have became members here on the channel. So thank you, Robert Barfield, for becoming a member. That's awesome. Stan, Rayfield Drake have recently joined Patreon. They've pledged $1 and $1.50. Thank you guys so much. And for all of the subscribers, you guys are awesome. And for everybody here in the chat today, you guys are awesome. Looks like we do have a question that I want to get to before we shoot over to the Wheel of Awesomeness. That's right, it's coming. The Wheel of Awesomeness is on its way, but it looks like Mob the Gamer had a question regarding... Let me make sure that I don't miss it here. Yep, here it is. Okay. So Mob says, how many microphones do you have, and what did you use on Crossroads? So the song Crossroads was recorded solely with one microphone. And the reason for that was I was actually doing a review of a microphone by Tech Zone Audio Products. This is a $199 microphone that sounds like, in my opinion, a $300 or $400 microphone. And so rather than just do a review, I thought, well, I'm going to capitalize on this. I'm going to do a review, and I'm also going to do a song. And so it ended up turning into the scratch track, vocals and everything like that actually ended up making, well, not all of the vocals, but for the most part, ended up making the cut. And so I used the Tech Zone Audio Products Stellar X2, and that's whenever it first came out. I did an unboxing of that, and then I showed sort of what it was capable of on acoustic guitars, on electric guitars, on vocals. And so everything that was recorded on that track was, on my end anyway, was recorded with the Tech Zone Audio Products. Now, you ask, how many microphones do I have? I've got a Shure SM57. I have my Shure SM7B that I'm speaking into right now. I have a Blue Spark, which I got for a steal of a deal on eBay. I have a MXL V67G. It's an older MXL mic. Sounds absolutely amazing. You can get these for $60 all day long. If you don't have one, I would definitely recommend it. And I would recommend you going through the affiliate links that I've included in the description of this video so that, yes, you can get it for $60, but I'll also get a small commission for that. Also, I have the several lavalier mics. I have a shotgun microphone that's like an off-brand, cheap Chinese knockoff. It seems like I've got something else here. Oh, the Rode NT1A, which I rarely ever use. I used it on vocals on a rap song that I did, where I actually laid down a couple of bars. And I say a couple, I mean like 18 to 36 bars. It was kind of funny because I was recording a kid here locally, and he was telling me how hard it was to rap. And I was just kind of shaking my head like, yeah, I know, man, it's rough. And so we recorded one of his songs here, and it was like, I think 24 bars total. And the rest of it was just sort of left instrumental. And I was like, you can't, you can't spit any more bars out. You ain't got anything else to add to that, because it would really fill it out if you could like end it on a high note. And he was like, man, that's all I got. But he ended up coming back later and finishing it, and did add some more to it. But I told him I was just messing around with something the client sent. And he was kind of shocked. He's like, I didn't know you could rap. And I was like, well, I don't like to brag or anything, but check this out. And so I let him hear the end of that, and he was like, good night. I told him I rapped a few bars, and he was like, that was like 18 bars, man. So, it's on now. Mob the Gamer says, we want to hear. We want to hear. You know what? Before we get to the Wheel of Awesomeness, why don't we do that? Let me make sure that I actually still have it. The only bad thing about this is the song is not released. So I don't know. I would have to get permission, I believe. I can at least play my portion, because that's my part. But let me try to find that. If nothing else, maybe I can just solo my vocals you guys can hear. Now, believe me, it's not anything too fancy. Taboo. This is it. Let me get to the last. Okay, so this is Taboo Revisited. Yeah, the song is titled Taboo. It's by an artist named 𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗏 out of Canada, and he's got a lot of cool songs. Very in your face political type stuff, which I kind of dig. I was big into Rage Against the Machine whenever I was younger. And so, oh look, the whole project right here, boom. All right, so let's see where this is at.
As a child, I was jaded.
All right, here we go. I'm going to play the hook, and then I'm going to go into my rap vocal here. Ready? Let's do it.
They say that we can't praise the Lord. They say that we can't serve no more. Serve no more, serve no more. Say, what are we gonna do? See, his name is Taboo. It's Taboo, say it's Taboo.
As a child, I was jaded, carted off to Sunday school, but in my teens, my love had faded. I began to act a fool, you see, my parents backslid, took away the preacher's voice. Without a firm foundation, you can't make a godly choice. 13, slinging green, alcoholic on the scene, graduated to the big leagues, started dropping LSD. Fast forward 21, and left empty inside. Adolescent disappointments and attempted suicide. Overdose, comatose, popping pills to numb the pain, losing friends to the grave, taking oaths to make a change. All the while, still the same, double-minded, dearranged. If this is life we're living, yo, I've lived my life in vain. But wait, back up, let's not give the devil all the glory, cause by the grace of God, that's not the end of the story. Though they wrote me off as dead, and though they said I'd never change, they clearly underestimated the God of empty graves. Once dead, twice alive, covered by the blood of Christ, set free, I've been redeemed, no more shackles holding me. I was seeking, heart was bleeding, they were preaching, he was reaching, God was speaking, promise keep, here to stay, yo, I'm not leaving, fire falling, God was calling, now I'm running, I'm not crawling, throwing hands, but I'm not falling, with the devil, I be brawling. If he did it for me, he can do it for you. Just reach out and lay hold on the faith, let's become taboo.
They say that we can't praise the Lord. They say that we can't serve no more. Serve no more, serve no more. Say, what are we gonna do? See, his name is Taboo. It's Taboo, say it's Taboo. Yeah.
All right, there it is. So yeah, this song is not currently released as of yet. I'd love for it to get released, but we're still waiting on, I think it was Roos, maybe? Not sure. You should be a rapper. Yeah, right. I will tell you, though, when I poured myself into those lyrics. Hit the road music, what is up, buddy? Good to have Addie here. I didn't know I was auditioning for such a noble audience. All of you in the chat that have not commented up until now, the noble audience is coming forth. And now I'm shrinking back into my cave. I'm blushing over here. At any rate, yeah, that's my rap ditty. I haven't done something like that probably since I was 17. So, but yeah, I poured myself into those vocals, man. That was my testimony in probably 36 bars right there. So, all right, guys, you know what time it is. It's time for the wheel. Ladies and gentlemen, this is 𝗧𝗍 𝗧𝗍𝗀 bringing you the wheel of awesomeness. That's right. Every once in a while, Robert does something cool like spinning a wheel of awesomeness. And now that he's not in the room because he went to go get another cookie, that little fatso, I'm going to say, oh, here he comes. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy the wheel today. Let's spin it. Thanks, Casey. Man, he's doing a great job here lately. He's not saying anything hideous or harmonious or, he's just being a great guy. Looks like we got some trivia today. And what are you doing? Are you serious right now? You're eating my cookie? Good night, Irene. Come on. Casey. I pay you enough money as it is. No, I don't pay you at all. Anyway. Okay, guys. Let's go ahead and in the chat, we're going to talk about some trivia now. Let me get back to the... There we go. Let's get back to this screen here so everybody can see on the screen. You won't have to keep going over to your chat what the answers are. We're going to give some trivia. Now, here recently, I've been doing a lot of mixing of our reaction videos and just picking apart sort of, like a forensic scientist, as someone has quoted, some of the Michael Jackson songs. I would like to, in the chat, if you can remember correctly, how many times was the song Billie Jean mixed by Bruce Swedien? No Googling. Okay, you can Google, because I'm going to probably Google it too. I'm almost positive I still remember what number that it was. As you can hear the keyboard. How many times was Billie Jean mixed? Oh, yeah, I was right. Okay. Now this, for mix engineers that are watching this, this should quench your fears of, I have mixed this too many times. That's a good hint for you right there. Because we come back to a song, we're like, man, I've already mixed this 5 times. I'm going to mix it again. I'm going to mix it again. I'm going to mix it again. We've got one guess. Jurgen says 19. Somehow I knew. Somehow I knew Mob the Gamer was going to come with some answer very quickly. In case those of you that did not know, Mob the Gamer is somewhat of a Michael Jackson expendiendo, or how do you say that? Aficionado. That's it. In fact, he is one of the individuals who has helped to supply a lot of the multi-tracks that I'm using for those live reaction videos and for us picking apart those. With that being said, thank you so much, Mob the Gamer. And for individuals who would like to get access to those multi-tracks, if you go and you join the Facebook group that's a part of this channel, that is facebook.com/HSS/collab/groups/HSS/collab. I have the Billie Jean multi-tracks there for anyone who wants to download those for the free. And then on my Patreon page, if you join at any amount, there's a PDF there that's loaded with 13, I think, different download links. And I'm not asking you to pay for them, but if you'd like to support me and get something cool out of it, feel free to do that. That's over at Patreon. Anywhere from $1 and up, you can get access to that. What is $1 a month? $1 a month is less than a cup of coffee that you're going to buy at Starbucks. $1 a month can help feed Robert, this Somalian. You can buy me more cookies. Oh, man. Anyway, we got lots of guesses here. I know this is totally rude for me to be eating and talking in a microphone. What am I thinking? This guy is so rude. Okay, so I think we've got pretty much everybody that was going to guess has already guessed. We have 2 people that guessed it right. Okay, so let's give them a big round of applause for Mob the Gamer and Replica Youth. Good job. And for those of you that didn't get it right, it's okay. You know why? Because I've got buttons to push, and I want a reason to push them. And why not, just... I knew this was live, but I didn't think this was like in front of a live studio audience. Where did these guys come from? Casey must have brought them in. Anyway. Clean the mice. Oh, man. The begging works better with footage of your puppy. I might be able to do that. I might just close the show out today with an update on Bosco, because many of you have not seen Bosco since he was just a little bitty puppy. How many in the chat, by way of the chat, let me know. Which, yeah, by the way, it was mixed 91 times. Good night. 91 times Bruce Swedien went back and mixed this. That goes to show, though, that there was this element of, I have got to get this thing right. This element of, I'm not quitting until it's exactly the way I want it. That's the same way that Michael was. That's the same way that Bruce Swedien was. That's the same way that Quincy Jones was. That's why the songs came out the way that they were. They put the work into the music. Okay? They didn't buy a bunch of loops off of some website that sounded like everyone else's, put a couple bars over top of it with some cheap condenser mic and say, there you go, there's my hit. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that. People are making hits like that. But what I am saying is, if it's something you love, if it's a passion of yours, put some heart into it, you know? Now, who wants to see the puppy? Let's see it. By way of the chat, let's see who wants to see the puppy. And while we're waiting on the puppy, we'll go back to a brief commercial while I go get the puppy. Today's video is sponsored in part by the 𝗏𝗼𝘀 Academy. The 𝗏𝗼𝘀 Academy offers affordable courses from mentors, world-class engineers, Grammy winners, and multi-platinum selling producers. And with the resources available on the 𝗏𝗼𝘀 Academy, you can learn how to create radio-ready mixes from the comfort of your own home studio. Most of the courses also offer multi-tracks that you can then add to your portfolio and begin to build out your business. Follow the link in the description of this video to head on over to the 𝗏𝗼𝘀 Academy today and start learning the skills that are needed to take your hobby or your business to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Bosco. Look at this little guy. Look at him. Oh, yes. Him loves kisses. Oh, yeah. Let's get you up to the camera. They want to see your face. Oh, he just woke up from a nap. Oh, goodness. Look at the people. Not the cookies. Don't look at the cookies. Look at the people. Look at them people. Oh, yeah. You poor guy. Oh, my goodness. Him loves his daddy. Him loves his daddy. Him loves his daddy. Oh, little Bosco. All right. Go back to your bed. I'll be done here in just a second. Woo! All right. Now that I'm completely covered in slobber, in a good way. Once again, I hope you all enjoyed today's show. I hope you learned something from it, other than the fact that I have a horrible 𝗪𝐶 𝗪𝗂𝘀 impersonation. But you know what? My Hank Hill impersonation's pretty good. I'll tell you what there, Bobby. Yeah, buddy, I'll tell you what. I get myself there one of them propane-powered pooper scoopers when I got me a dog. Yeah, buddy, I'll tell you what. All right. Well, anywho, you all have a great time. Enjoy whatever it is that you're enjoying before you got roped into coming on here. I love each and every one of you, and I appreciate all of your support. Whether you have given money or not, you're still important to me. As most of you already know, I give out a ton of free tutorials here on the channel, and those are just because I love you guys. I give all kinds of free tutorials here live every single week. There are also going to be more videos being released soon. If you're interested in a updated version of mixing vocals in Cakewalk, let me know, because it's a video that's on my radar that a lot of people have asked for. So if I get, let me see here. If I can get, I'm at 26 likes right now and 1 new member, so thank you guys so much. If I can get 40 likes on this channel, I promise you I will do a mixing vocals in Cakewalk tutorial soon for free. I'm not going to charge for that. So if I can get 40 likes on this video, I would greatly appreciate it. You all are awesome. Once again, just stay safe out there and maintain a good attitude with your friends, with your neighbors, with your loved ones. And remember, we can dream alone, we can create alone, but together we can achieve so much more. So God bless each and every one of you.